Welcome back. This past year has put mental well-being at the forefront of our minds and conversations. And if you are dealing with stress, anxiety, or depression, there is help. Our next guest is on a mission to help others reconnect with their joy. Certified intuitive success coach Kathleen L. joins us now. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
So you have some simple tips to share with us. If someone we know has experienced depression, what can we do to help?
Well, the first thing to do is to be present for them. Allow them to see that you can hear them, that you understand them, and actually speak back their words to them so they know that they're being heard.
Okay, so let's talk about things after we know we're present with them. They know they're being heard. What sorts of tips do you have? Things maybe we can do with them to help them kind of refocus and shift their movement and energy?
So there's a few things that you can do. First of all, I share with my clients is there's the 3 B's. Be in the moment, breathe, and believe. Be in the moment means you're not looking too far out in the back in the past or too far into the future. And breathe is you're consciously breathing deeply with them so where they can get back into the moment. And then to reassure them that this too is another experience in their life, that this is not always going to be, and that they can move through this. And they can do that through going for a walk in nature, putting on music that elevates their mood. Movement always does that.
Okay, and of course this is if they're acutely depressed. What if the person we love is severely depressed?
Well, if they're severely depressed, the first thing I would recommend or encourage you to do is to not leave them alone, to ask them if they've had suicidal thoughts, and especially with the suicide awareness coming up in September, it's important for you to make sure that they are felt like they are supported. And so if they have suicidal thoughts or anything that might be harmful, then call the suicide helpline and be sure to leave them alone.
Okay, and I do want to pull up a full screen. We do have a graphic with the suicide lifeline information so that you can take a picture of this, so that you have this resource to either have for yourself or to share with your loved one. Now that can be a very uncomfortable conversation, Kathleen, but I would imagine if somebody is opening up to you about their depression, that's hard for them as well.
It is hard for them. To say that they've had suicidal thoughts is being very vulnerable, but the important thing is that you will be preventing a life from being taken by actually taking action and telling a loved one, or sharing this with, especially if you're younger, share it with a school teacher, share it with someone that could actually do something for you.
Yeah, and I know this is a very personal topic to you, so thank you for sharing this with us. Do you want to share with us your personal connection to dealing with stress, anxiety, and depression?
Sure. In 2010, my son took his life when he was angry at me and actually wrote a note saying that he didn't want me at his service. So my life was shattered. As a professional, a politician, business owner, I thought that I could survive anything. And that was the experience I had. And I've spent 11 years of really jumping into my healing journey so where I can assist others to move through theirs as well.
Wow. Kathleen, I'm so deeply sorry that you've had to deal with this. And again, here's the Suicide Prevention Lifeline on your screen. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me, Alyssa.
Yeah.